Hello.
Hi,
We're back for the October energies.
we are. We are. Welcome to October.
Yes. And welcome to the Tarot Dealers podcast.
Absolutely.
I'm
Welcome.
Tren,
I'm Lou.
and between us, we've got a lot of years experience.
So 20 years to mention.
A lot of years experience with the tarot, like reading tarot, teaching tarot, working with tarot, all things tarot.
Yep, the Tarot Guild.
The Tarot Guild.
Should do the Tarot Guild, and
Yeah.
this is our Tarot Dealers podcast.
Yes.
I'm thinking, did you say guild before, or
No, I
did you
didn't say
say
guild.
like
Yeah.
what? Yeah. Anyway, we got a lot of experience in it, so
Yes. So, and we just thought we'd start talking tarot.
we did.
Just two old ducks talking tarot. And we hope you get something out of it, at least learn something anyway.
Absolutely, and let us learn a thing or two.
Yeah, oh yes, we're
Yeah.
definitely doing that, aren't we?
Let us know.
Oh, yes,
So,
yes. So we're going to pick a card first.
okay, we'll pick a
We'll
card.
pick a card. We're going to get into the
I'll let
October
you pick a
energies.
card. I'll let you pick a card.
Yeah, so we'll just see what we need to keep in our awareness for this episode.
This episode, okay.
Yeah, what do we need to focus on? Or, well, I shouldn't say that because we don't focus.
No, we don't, do we? Like, focus in one sentence?
No,
No.
no. Tangent? Yeah, let's follow that one.
Yeah.
All right. What do we need to keep in our awareness with this
There you
episode?
go.
Okay, that just flew out. There seems to be flying today. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now I'm using the Light Seers deck. And then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. And looking at this Nine of Pentacles, it's a woman reaching up into into the abundance, I would say, into the abundance. And to me, it's that reaching up. It's like reaching for information. It's reaching for the abundance. It's reaching for, I don't know. I don't know how more to describe it, but it's just that because we have so much abundance here. And look at this bird.
I was looking at
At the
that.
bird. To me, it's right. I, it could be an owl. What do you think? It could be an owl, but to me, whenever I see birds, it's freedom.
No.
It's not an owl, is it?
No, I think he might be a bit of a hawk or something.
Yeah.
Fucking speaking of hawks.
Here we go. Tangent.
Disclaimer, we digress. I was walking through this this is a while ago,
Yeah.
through this thoroughfare, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, bushland.
Yeah.
And I walk there every fucking day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
On this particular day, this bird decides it's gonna, go at my face. So I can walk around with a bird bitten face for like a week.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
Luckily I had like sunglasses on.
Oh, that's
So
good.
it was aiming for my
Over for your eyes.
eyes.
Oh,
Cheeky little
gee.
bastard. So yeah, birds I'm
Oh,
a bit wary of these days. But yeah, that looks like a bit like a hawk or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, you're talking about getting back off that tangent. Like I went out in the backyard just this week and I heard a noise and I thought, what the hell is that? Well, I have a bird bath, just a little bird bath out there. And it was this huge bird with, I don't know what it was, but really long brown feathers at the end, like a tail feather, really long tail feather.
Pheasant.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Like a
I've
pheasant.
never
Yeah.
seen it
Yeah.
before.
Oh,
And I thought, wow.
isn't that unreal? I was sitting at home the other day and I was looking out through the window, just
Yeah,
sitting there,
yeah,
and I was glad that the dog was inside
yeah,
because I watched a blue tongue lizard that would have been, what's that, 60,
yeah,
40, 60 centimeters
yeah.
long and probably
Quite
like
thick.
a Coke bottle
Yeah.
fucking thick.
So he's a big bugger.
Big bastard wandering, waddling across the driveway. I'm like, man, if that dog has
Oh God.
got into him.
Oh,
So there's all of these like animal signs
there
around
is.
everywhere,
There
isn't
really
there?
is because the day before the bird, my husband called me out and he said, come and look at this. Here's a friggin' snake coming along the footpath.
What sort of snake?
I looked it up. It was grey, but had grey banding. Like it was like a light grey with dark grey banding.
Tiger stripes.
Yeah. And he went, get inside. And he ran that way and I went that way.
What was it?
I don't know. Don't know because I know we have a red belly black in the backyard. We've seen that. So we're like, all this nature coming out.
God, a few years ago we had my girls were living with me and their partners, so it's a pretty full house, and two fucking cats, right? So anyway, these cats this night were going berserk, right? And we're like, what's going on? Anyway, there's a snake, right? We thought it was just a little baby red belly black, but one of my girls is right into animals, and she's like, "Mum, they don't come alone. They bring their brood, so
their family.
you know we better get it looked at anyway." So of course, then I had to call a fucking snake cat at 11 o'clock at night. So that was a pretty panic.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, the guy came. It wasn't a red belly black. Good. It was a small-eyed snake, which is twice as fucking venomous.
Oh God.
And I was like, oh my God. But the good news was they typically are just on their own.
That's all right then.
Holy
God. Now, after we've gone through the nature with this back
to the card.
Back to the card. And I mean, looking at this card, like even in the Rider-Waite, it is talking about nature, isn't it? It's like that the nature, getting back to nature, grounding ourselves. But to me, even though we're grounding, because we can't see her feet in this card, it's that reaching up, it's that reaching for more, because there's more to be collected.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, because you got all of the nature and that's growing in the plot here in the background. And the bird, almost like the abundance is, is the bird dropping
it in,
or is it about to take flight as if it's about to expand and spread more? And even on the panicles or discs, whatever you want to call it, you can see all the growth up there, like all of the green foliage in there, right, which represents all of the abundance. So very interesting. So apparently this episode
is going to be
maybe grow, maybe
grow
business.
maybe
business on this one, who knows?
Yes,
we'll test that theory.
We'll see how we go with that one.
All right, so October energies. Here we go.
We'll see what we need to again keep in our awareness for October. Just keep, because I feel like September has been calmer, even though there's been even though it's been calmer, there seems to be a lot of work being done in the background. That's how I feel.
I'd agree with that.
So let's see what October is bringing. So let's see. Things have sort of got to settle some point, haven't they? Some point.
Well,
who knows?
We've been saying that since
2020. Yeah, exactly. It's like enough's already. We're done now. Right. Let's see what we need to know for October 2025 coming up. What do we need to bring in our awareness for October 2025? Now, let's see. Now, like always, I'm going to go 4 cards by 4 cards. So 4 across. We're starting with the Page of Wands. Interesting. But there's that 3 again. We kept the 3s kept throwing out when we were preparing for this episode. There's a few. Well, there she is. The Nine of Pentacles has turned up. Yeah, this is a bit interesting. I'm going to add one more card because I don't like ending on that certain card. So we're starting off the month of October with the Page of Wands. So like we said, I really do think we're moving into some sort of new era. We're leaving behind. We have quite literally left behind a lot of stuff that wasn't working, and basically cleared the decks. We've cleared the decks now, and now it's like, now what's new? We haven't quite taken that step to start something, but we're almost there, almost there. Then we move into Temperance, knowing that we have to find that balance. We have to do this, whatever this new thing is, or we have to take our time with it. We can't rush things. We then move on to the Queen of Swords. So even though we're not rushing things, we still are using our voice. We have to be forward with what we want and put out, because then we move on to the Stars. We have to put our faith and trust in what we have been building towards. So moving from the Star, we go to the Lovers. So there is partnerships, there's a community, there's connections that we can call on. We're not doing this by ourselves anymore, even though it might feel like we're on our own. We're not. We might have support in the background, but there's connections. And we've got the King of Cups. I quite often see the King of Cups is because we're using the Rider Waite, he's risen above all the drama, all that water and that churning. He's raised himself above all the shit, basically. And he's like, you can see things without bringing the emotion into it. So it's like, yeah, I'm looking at this logic. I know he's not a sword, but he's looking at it logically. He's taken the emotion away from it to look at it and go, right, this is what we're doing. I'm going this way. Again, tying in with that, the community, we've got the Three of Cups. Nearly couldn't remember what they were. We've got the Three of Cups. Again, tying in with that community, that freshness, that we can gather what we've learnt, and it's more than our resources. This is more about our sharing and caring. It's more of the sharing and caring, because straight after that, we've got the Ten of Wands. So we are really putting an end to a lot of stuff that we just don't need to hang on to anymore, that we've been carrying around for so long, and it's been the heaviness that have been dragging us down. It's like we're finally realizing we don't need all of that.
Yeah.
We don't need it all, because we follow the Ten of Wands with the Chariot. So we've definitely got directions that we can go off. We're not, in this sense, looking at that, we're not conditioned, but it's not like we don't have to take this one path. We've got choices now. We don't have to follow something if it doesn't feel right. We can go, okay, what are the other choices? Because we're starting to take more control of us and seems to be not following blindly much anymore.
Agreed.
We're questioning more, I'd say. And following the Chariot, we've got the Nine of Wands. So I think following the Chariot, recognizing we've got our own path to go, we're putting our boundaries up now. And really, those boundaries are stronger than they've ever been. It's like, no, I've said no, or this is my decision. I'm not going back. My boundaries are now strong. We're not being wishy-washy anymore. I think that's because following the Nine of Wands is the Emperor. That's where I'm thinking that discipline, that leadership, that structure is coming in. But it's more about us recognizing that we've got the authority now, that we no longer giving our power away. And following the Emperor, because how many we've got? I'm looking at the major arcana, because it seems like there's not, but there's only six major arcana. But yeah, following the Emperor, we have the Hierophant, which is quite interesting because it goes 4-5, and we were talking about numbers on the weekend.
Yeah,
we really are. We really are. We are taking that step up. So yes, we're calling our power back. We're not giving our power away anymore, but we're also calling on structures and traditions, and looking at traditions and going, do they still work, or we need to create new ones? But it's more about trusting our gut. I know that Hierophant's not so much intuition, but it's more about our spiritual side.
Yeah,
it's connecting to that spiritual side.
A little bit of faith and hope sometimes too, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And so after the Hierophant, we've got the Ace of Cups. So we really are moving into that, all the feels, I suppose you could say, but it's more about us, all the feels, but it's more about us feeling into things before we make decisions or before we say something. We feel into it. Does it feel right? Is it right for me? Yeah. Is there other options? It's more that feeling, because the aces, we know, are always new beginnings, fresh starts. And like I said, we've got the Nine of Pentacles here and the Nine of Pentacles here. So she's turned up. So we're talking about grounding ourselves, having the security behind us, but the security that we've built for ourselves. Which then we go down to the Three of Swords, which is a lovely card. But in this case, after coming through all of October, especially we've got the Three of Swords and we end with the Nine of Swords. So there could be a little bit of disappointment, and maybe it's the disappointment that we've gone off on this track. We're moving into the new direction, But then we're looking back and going, okay, well, I need to heal all that stuff. I need to heal and not be so hard on myself. Not so, because you've made decisions in the past with the information you had at the time. There's no point being hard on yourself now that you know a lot more and you've made different decisions.
Yeah.
So I think coming towards the end of October, there may be some, I suppose disappointments, upsets within yourself, but then realize, no, I made the right decisions at the time. And I know it's not strength, but you need to sort of let things go. You cannot hang on to them, because if you hang on to them, they're just going to upset you more. And then because I added another card because I never like to end on
the
nine, that Nine of Swords, or all the Three of Swords, and we end up with the Knight of Swords.
All swords to end with.
All swords to end with. So it really is, towards the end of the month, there's going to be, we may be really up in our heads a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot of mental energy, isn't it?
There really is. Whereas in the first part of the month, it's, the cups and the wands. So it's the doing things and it's the feeling things. But towards the end of the month, especially with those right at the end, it's that mental energy that we're dealing with. It's the mental side. So
lots of mental energy there.
Yeah, so we'll see how the month comes. But it looks like, overall, it looks like quite a good month. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of movement happening. There's a lot of taking our own actions back, I suppose.
Like sovereignty. People fucking throw that word around, but it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
really
like
is.
being that self and not getting caught up in everybody else's drama, and just enjoying what you've got around, all your relationships, all your connections. It's time to take the head out of the sand. That's what I think when I see the ten of wands. So I'm like, time to take the head out of the sand and get into that new direction. We'll see what mine has to say.
I'll take a photo of this so you can see where we're getting what we're getting.
Yeah. And I don't want to start before she does. So we'll let Tren take a photo because she's the social media guru for us.
Yep, so look out for that on the Facebook and Instagram.
Absolutely. And share it. We'd love it if you would share our stuff. If you think there's people that might benefit that please share the things.
Exactly. We'd love that. We'd love that.
All right, so October. Let's see the energies for October 2025. Please and thank you.
Yes, I didn't say that. Please and thank you.
For the highest good of all, what is it that we need to be aware of? What is coming in? What is making its way through for the energies of October 2025? Okay.
Oh, we're starting off strong with the Emperor.
Very interesting. Okay, so what I find fucking fascinating is there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards out of what's that, 16 that were in Trena's layout.
And what I find interesting, there's no swords here at all.
No.
There's no swords in Lou's layout at all.
Now that's interesting, right? Because it's a tell, right? As we say. And that we'll get the feel of it shortly when we start diving into it. But initially, to look at it and have no swords and be that the first thing you see is about like the lack of communication. Because it's not here, it's not available. We can't see it. Or is something happening, communicating in a way that you can't see?
Yeah.
Right? Because we need communication or shit falls apart.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
It's pivotal in everything that we do, right? And just because we think we've communicated doesn't mean we actually have.
Exactly.
Right? Because it's more about building that, telling it over and over again until it's pretty clear, on what it is. That's how I view it anyway.
Yeah, the discussion's got to happen, hasn't it?
It does.
Everybody's on the same page.
Absolutely. But there is no pointy sharp things here.
No.
And I tend to read a little bit world stage-ish, whereas trends is more personal and intimate, right? So I guess you could say internal, external, right? So a bit like that. So as we look at this external reading, if you will, and we start with the Emperor. So the Emperor being about control, and that's immediately followed by the Page of Pentacles here. So, and I'll show this in a moment, but what I'm getting from that is that potentially the structures and the controls that have been in place, that we'll be looking at that now with curiosity as to how we can make things a little bit more balanced and equal, a little bit more fair. And I say that because that what's following those cards is the four of, I beg your pardon?
Six.
The Six of Pentacles, and I'll show you that so you can see where I got that from. And then that's followed by the Moon. Now the Moon, interesting, is a reflective process. That's how I see the Moon. It's very much reflective. It's very much about the things that we didn't see before that are now coming up to the surface. So October, we might be looking at things like that. Could be to do, I don't know why I want to say this, but the night sky. So yeah, like just, be aware of that. So this, to me, the first week is saying that we'll be looking at the structures we've got, looking to make some curious changes in there. We're not actually doing it yet, but there's certainly talk about what that might be like to make something more fair and equal. And then there'll be things that maybe didn't consider. Because then they're now being shown. So I'll show you. So we start with the Emperor, and that's followed by the Page here, which I see like as getting curious, which is also kind of study, right? And looking at new resources. It might be, we might hear from government about new resources, new ways to work with resources. But this here is saying that this needs to be a fair distribution of asset or a fair distribution of resource, right? So that's what that's referring to. And then we have the Moon. So the Moon being that subconscious stuff or that hidden piece that may come into play. So that's what I'm getting for the first week, so to speak. And then we move into where we need to take action potentially and head in a new direction, and in a direction that will allow us to be more but move to a more fertile time. So where things, it might be we're starting to nurture something, right? But it's a definite new direction, and it's going to take somebody with vision to actually be able to say, hey, I know what energy this takes, and this is the energy we need to send it in. So the second week there will be the swing and the change of direction. Now, on a personal level, that would be about you yourself heading in a different direction. You could be going away, taking a holiday, simply moving house. It could just be some news that comes from overseas. There seems to be some kind of like overseas element here.
Doesn't it?
So we might hear about things overseas and the direction that that's now taking, and potentially how that's going to be renurtured or rebuilt. Does that make sense? So we get that from the king. So he's needing to,
He's the visionary, isn't he?
He is the visionary, what's going on. And he also works with the energy of action. So he knows which direction to head in. That kind of looks, I'm like, when I lay that down, it looks like that when you lay it down, right? But they're this way. Funny. The Chariot, which is the new direction that we're taking and being in the driver's seat. And then we have the
Empress.
The Empress, which is the growth, right? And the new ground. What I didn't say about week one, which I forgot, is that either end of week one, we start strong and we end strong because we have
the major arcana.
Interesting. Okay, so then we move into like the third week, and the third week we're starting to see some things maybe that we've wanted to see or that we've wanted to know about, because this is like our hopes and dreams here. So, and these here is like all the accolades that we've worked really hard for, right? And the curtain here behind it, we don't know what the fuck's behind that, right?
That's right.
And he's sitting in front like he's, got his arms crossed, and he's sitting in front like he's got all he wants. So that is kind of the energy of, the hopes and the dreams. So I think we might be assessing some of that. We might start to see some, positive things happen in that space. Again, I really think there's going to be choice about resources, new resources, because here we're looking at resources and going, well, I don't think we need to work with the way that we used to work. Like it's all been harvested, so to speak, because this is the hoe that tells us land has been harvested. But we may not work with our resources the way that we once did.
Differently, wouldn't it?
A new way. Yeah. And lots of conversations taking place. So more heartfelt conversations. This is the Two of Cups, and the cups on the Rider-Waite deck are held at that heart level. So it's very much about connecting on that level, heart to heart. So conversations may be a bit different, which is great. More open, more honest conversation is what I'm getting there. And then we have the Hanged Man. So this is change in perspective, right? So the change in perspective of that's a collective consciousness thing. Tren has said the words before, kindness.
Yes.
Coming from this place of kindness. So that's potentially what I'm getting here. So there's not a lot of judgment here, which is great. It's good. Just more about the coming from kindness, understanding that people might need to have a chat. They might want to connect, or you might want to connect to somebody and have a bit of a chat, because things maybe not moving as fast as you'd like them to in your life, and yet the cards here are indicating, look, it's going to be okay.
It's moving.
Just might be a pause period,
and just let things go.
Yeah, just chillax, because you had the temperance card in your reading, which was like saying the same thing, right? Yeah, so it might be like, look, take a different look at what's going on in your environment is what I'm getting here. The new directions, so many people just taking off in a brand new direction.
There's so many people quitting their jobs.
Going
something different, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're not doing this, they're moving somewhere else. Like all of these things, relationships, lots of things being tested, lots of people with their boundaries now, which is, I think, a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I think people need their boundaries.
Need to. I think we've been pushovers for too long. Let's put it that way. I
absolutely agree with that. Yeah. So this is like that new perspective, right? And what we're being told here, because that immediately is followed by the Ten of Wands, and in this case, like, I see that card and thinking you in the sand, right?
Yeah.
But in this context, I feel like we're being told to just push through a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. We are nearly done, because what happens then is we move onto this, which is the new work, because this is like the apprentice at work.
Yeah.
So this is a new way to work with our resources. Remember I said we're like questioning?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it might be the new way to work with resource, or it might just be the new job.
Exactly.
The new thing that you're working on and creating, crafting. That's what that is. Lots of people, I feel, potentially going to enter like a creative space. I feel like there's a lot more space for this creative energy to start actually coming through now. Not that it has never been there, because it always has been there, but I just feel like it's a little bit more open to the collective now.
More accepted.
The masses kind of are getting involved in this now. And I get that from her. So the Queen, because she's very, very creative lady. Deep, her rivers run deep. So that's the other thing. I feel like emotionally there's been a shit ton of growing up.
Oh, definitely.
A shit ton of growing up emotionally, and people becoming more emotionally aware, becoming more empathetic, as opposed to all about me.
Yes.
We're kind of moving into a space where it's more about the collectiveness, I feel, is what that is.
Yeah.
And what backs that up is this card here, because that's about community, right?
Okay.
And again, collectiveness. I've just picked up Trena's thing, because she goes, and again, and I'm like, and again. Oh, we don't reflect each other at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So this here, I feel, is that, because it represents community, it represents celebration. Now, it's big celebration, because we're not talking just let's get together and have a, what do they call it, a gathering?
Yeah, no.
It's now more formal. So you'd be talking 21st, 60th, something big.
Major event sort of thing.
Yeah, major event. That ties all that up. Now, I was just going to say we have a tell down here, but we don't.
Nearly.
Because we've got like 3 major cards that run down the end here. Very interesting. I'm just sort of scanning my.
Although we did have the Emperor and the Empress, almost like diagonal.
We do, right? Which is kind of like that, getting it from both sides, if you will. Yeah.
Finding that balance, aren't you?
Absolutely, all about the balance, right? And we are in Libra
Oh,
season.
yeah, we are now,
So
fully.
so there's
that balance.
makes
Because you've got
sense.
balance up here with the Six of Pentacles, and I have the Temperance with that balance.
Yeah,
So we
interesting.
are moving into Libra season. So
We are, and I do feel that this is a lot of I think we're in Libra season now, actually. This here,
yes, I think we are.
is when I look at the like I'm
Can't
rambling.
speak.
Hang on, I can't speak. I gather myself. Moment, please. Malfunction. One moment. So this here is the Page of Pentacles, and I'm now reading down, right? So the Page of Pentacles underneath is the Eight of Wands. We have the Seven of Pence and the Eight of Pence. So all pence there except for the wands. Now the wands then, being the odd bod, is saying we're changing direction in terms of what we're going to do with all of this resource. So I feel that we are going to learn about some resources.
Something new, isn't it?
Yeah, or something new, or something that, maybe the government wants to do with energy, or they want to do with some kind of resource. Could be the environment even. Right? Could be the environment. Something they want to do there. That's my feeling about that. There might even be here like a bit of a shift of power, funny enough. That's going to be interesting. I think I'm just going to hold my tongue and be quiet. So I think I'm getting into dangerous territory. But this is what I'm getting here.
But looking at Lou's cards for October, they were looking really good. There's nothing dark about them at all.
No,
it's quite fresh. Isn't it?
It is. Lots of yellows, lots of blues. And like reflecting back on your cards, Tren, and the ending there, it may be more about things that we've been worried about, I think are going to prove to be just that.
Just worry.
Worry that we're needing to release some of that, because again, it's like an emotional growing.
Yeah.
So I do feel that, there's still a few people that need to sort of wake up.
Wake up,
But that seems to be what's happening. And I believe you ended on the Knight of Swords, which to me talks about speed, right?
Yeah, fast.
Internet. So there may be things going on around the way people communicate, and changes in how that happens. And there may be a few upsets around the news that we may hear via the internet. So that's
and we all know that we don't like change.
Oh Lord, look, I tell you. Anyway, that's
October. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Let us know how your October goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
And remember to, like and share and all the things. And if you are enjoying this and you think someone else might enjoy it, please share.
Let them know. We love all your feedback, and we just love you following us and supporting us. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Have an amazing October.
Yes, and we will see you next month.
You will. Bye now.
See you later.